got a friend in me. Do you have a friend in you? Thinking about friends, because on the mastermind today, it came up an awful lot. Mainly people who do what they say they're going to do. So that's like, mean what you say and say what you mean, but don't be mean about it. That's what's been coming up. And also people who say they're going to be there and they say they're going to do something and then they follow through and do it. And time passes and they say, I'm here for the long run. You can count on me. I'm going to be here. I'm not going anywhere. And they mean it and they stay. Really good friends. Lots of people on the mastermind that have been coming since 2009, 2010, coming out to the mastermind that's Monday through Friday, every single day through the year since 2009. And a lot of the people came. I didn't join the mastermind and start to meet all these amazing people until 2013. And I've been on there ever since. And now we have these Freedom Fests where we get to meet each other once a year, which is even more amazing, because when you're on a call every single day with these people, they do become close. And when you meet them in person, spend time with them, it's just been amazing. And these are people that do what they say they're going to do. And they're just, and we're all growing. We're not perfect. You know, everybody has their things that they're working on. Everybody has their struggles that are going on in their lives, just like regular human beings, part of the human condition, it seems to me. But what was coming to my mind, I was thinking about a book I read years and years ago called How to Hug a Porcupine. And being in abusive relationships. Well, I grew up in a dysfunctional family. I'm guessing more people did than didn't. And so I read that book and it made a lot of sense. And what I found out was that if I was frustrated with somebody, that it was usually something that I had expected that they weren't needing. And so if I remember that even now, that, okay, what is my expectation? Oh, well, the history shows me if you're around someone often enough, you can say, well, you know what, my expectation is here, but they're not reaching here, so I need to get rid of that expectation for that person. I need to expect exactly what I'm going to get. There's kind of two sides to that, right? So there's that expectation of less, lowering the standards for that particular person as far as what they are going to do. But I think you got to continue to love them. You got to continue to think of their greatest potential, know that, and believe in them. And also know that you don't have to stay around if they are a toxic person. Because even if a toxic person is saying something that's correct, that's right, their presentation or the way they bring it across makes it completely wrong because of how they're doing it. And that changes everything. So the people in my life I've found too, and I'm sure we're all, I'm the same for them. I'm their teacher. They're my teacher. I'm learning lessons every day, whether they're my own children, whether they're the school kids, whether they're other teachers, other people in my life of any age. I'm learning lessons from each of them, and I'm growing, and I'm finding out definitely what I don't want and what I do want, and who I want to be and who I don't want to be, who I want to continue to become, and definitely who I don't want to become. So these are all good things. These are all, thinking these are great things. If we recognize what's going on, instead of getting frustrated, I have a friend and I love to watch how he does it. He closes his eyes. I see him when he's either collecting his thoughts because he's going to say something, or when he's frustrated, I see him close his eyes. Not for a long time, but long enough for you to see that he's closing his eyes and contemplating. And I think that's amazing because it immediately is putting him in a different state. And I see that with our state. If I walk around with my head down and I'm all, well, that changes everything. If I start to panic and I make a motion, well, then it changes. So, whoa, sorry, railroad tracks. Hi, Cheryl. I'm talking about how the states that we're in can change. So like if I'm feeling down, I could stand up straight, or I can put my chin up and it will change. But and I'm also talking about if you can relate to this, Cheryl, it's just the different people in our lives that some of them frustrate us, and maybe we have to work with them, or maybe we have to be around them pretty consistently. So we gotta lower our standards in a way, and lower the expectations for that particular person, and also learn to spend less time around them, and learn that they are teaching us. And what are they teaching us? They're probably teaching us to learn to set better boundaries for ourselves. They're probably showing us ways we don't want to be, so we can be sure to not, act in that way, and learn ways to communicate better. Because if you're a communicator, it doesn't matter what you do in life. If you're better at communicating, you're in the top of the game of wherever you're at. If you're a parent and you're a good communicator, you're going to be an excellent parent if you can communicate. If you're in, especially a teacher, if you can communicate with kids, and I think that's my number one thing I'd like to learn more about, is better communication. Anyway, today I was thinking about that. Everyone really is our teacher, and we also are teaching others, and that our expectations is what frustrates us when people are bothering us. A lot of times it comes back to our expectations, and we can change those. We can decide to be different. And we have a choice. That's the exciting part. We have a choice. We get to choose. And on the call today, on the mastermind, Angela said, that our response is our responsibility. And so I love that. That I hadn't heard that before. And so that I'm going to be thinking about that today. I hope you will too. Think about my response is my responsibility, and if someone's bothering me, I can maybe do like my friend does and close my eyes for a minute, or maybe I need to just leave that area so that I can gather myself together, so I'm not responding in a more negative way that I don't want to do. So happy Friday. I'm excited it's Friday. The sun is out. It's another great day to feel good, and I hope that you are feeling great, having a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Thanks for being here. Bye.